Just a quick question. How many of you have heard of Audiomatic? They were here last time. Right. I think the two people who, or the few people who know them are those who have been involved in audience measurement at some point. Dr. Riyad has been involved in audience measurement. So, Baris, before I go any further, could you tell us a little bit about Audiomatic, what it does? It's, you know.
Yes. Thank you, Vijaya, for your welcoming, and thank you to bring us with all this people. I'm so happy to be here, and really, the panel just before, I was hearing audience, how to improve the content, something like this, so I'm happy to be here to talk about Audiomatic. Audiomatic is a platform that I developed who measure in real time the audience across the world, many countries. Today is in Europe and MENA. And it measures the audience on linear TV in real time, second per second. And it brings a solution to have this audience measurement to the linear TV, which is broadcasted on satellite, IPTV, OTT, and which was not exist before. So this is, in brief, Audiomatic.
Yeah, but what is the difference between, you know, how you've been doing stuff so far for streaming and how you're going to linear television?
Yeah, before I was, in fact, doing Audiomatic, before I was MENA manager for a satellite operator. And most of the linear TV who was asking me, should I go to HD? Should I how to improve to go 4K? Who's watching me in this country, this country? So we couldn't give them any answer. So doing Audiomatic is to bring something new, which should have the audience measurement in real time, day by day, second by second. And the difference is before we'll have some audience measurement, but it was always done first by telephone, by some studies, and it was always delivered 1 week when the event is already passed. So when we get the audience before, as usual today in many countries, we get it, but it's late because the event and the moment, and we cannot correct this audience. So having a continually audience is so become important, especially to face the digital.
You know, if you look at the recent issue of Broadcast, you will see some statistics that have been published by Audiomatic for the two important games in 4 countries. Could you tell us a little bit about the dashboard and what the whole point of that was?
Yes. In fact, we decide to give for free and to publish what is really the audience and what's meaning the audience. And there was 2 major events. Major event was the FIFA Arab Cup and just followed by the AFCOM. So from the 1st December to 18th of January, we publish 4 Arab countries who participate in the Arab Cup and the AFCOM, who was Egypt, Tunisia, Algeria, and Morocco. We didn't publish, for example, Iraq or Saudi, and we didn't publish all the countries, but we decided to publish the 4 countries who participate in both. But this is just to give you a windows about what really Audiomatic do. So we publish the top 10 every day by day, so we can go just in our website, and you click on this link to see exactly. You just have to choose the country and the day, and it gives you all the trend every minute of the audience measurement to give this data. And with this data, we can imagine all the insight that we can do. We decide to publish during this Arab Cup and the AFCOM because when you have a football game, we see exactly how the audience change every time that any national country, any national teams play, and we see the drop or the peak of the audience and how the audience change. And this is just to give you an image when the content is attracting people, the audience really change. And when you see this measurement with the football and the first première mi-temps and then the second one, and you can see really how this measurement is done.
I'm going to put you a bit on the spot here, Baris. Because you did those 4 countries, could you tell me one interesting thing you probably found, say, in Morocco, in Algeria. You know, you might have found something and you said, oh, I didn't know that about how they view football. Could you tell us if there was something like that, some unique impressions that you found?
The thing that we see, for example, if that the people, how people, when they want to see the game of the national team, they try to find the right broadcaster who do it. So, for example, we detect that in Morocco, even Tunisia and Egypt, there was following some German television who was broadcast on satellite, and they get the right to broadcast this football match. So sometimes when the own national channels don't follow the football, the people is always looking for the content. And some German channels who never was watched in North Africa, once they broadcast the right content, all the people and their audience is become 70% of the audience at that moment, and then they disappear, the channels. That means that if you want to have the right media and to improve our media, you have to understand what the people is watching. So, for example, when I see that in Saudi they are encourage KSA1, KSA2, and they are making many sport channels, this is the right thing. So following the audience, as they said just before, you can understand what really matters for the viewer, and you can bring a new insight, especially in linear TV, because before we didn't have all these things. The second thing, when we discuss with all this data with some of channel TV and we work with, we discovered that today, for digitals, we have many data analysts and many people who study the data. For linear TV and the broadcaster, the first thing that we see that they didn't have any data scientists, because before they didn't have any data to analyze. And we realized that they need really to develop this part to continue to developing their channels. And this is very important that we see.
So is that the part where, you started this 2 years ago?
Yes.
And
yes.
Is this the part where you have had some new developments? Could you perhaps talk about that a little more?
2 years, Audimatic was online, and we are recording. Now we are recording all the audience in many countries, and even in Iraq, if you want, if somebody wants the audience in Iraq. So we have a large panel with 350,000 connected receiver who send second by second the audience, and we can get the online. So during these 2 years, the first thing we do, we go deeply and develop more insight to help we go from the data, then the KPI, then the insight, to help these channels to go and to bring them the right decision, the right view, depending on their categories. And then during last year, 2025, we was developing a new with our platform, a new options, which was the counting and the detection of the content. We developed something was designated to the advertising. Many companies, when they sell a package of advertising, they don't have a possibility to measure when they was broadcasted online. And it's sometimes done manually, they didn't know. And even if they know, they don't have any idea of their audience when they broadcast it. So we develop a system. It's same way as Shazam. First, we do with watermark, to how to detect the content. Then we see that it's not easy to follow any content with watermark, because we have to do before a big job, enormous job. Our system is not done for one country, it's done for worldwide. So if you want to put a watermark for any content in the world, you need to have a big, very, very, very big team. So we simply stop this watermark tagging, and we detect all the content directly from the reconnaissance of the image and the sound. Same like as Shazam. We do Shazam for video. So we succeed that, and we can send a daily report to any subscriber for his ads. We said, yesterday, your ads was passed in this channel. At this second, it start at this 1 second and it stop at that second. And the added value of Audiomatic is not only to counting and give you the detection of the ad, is also to give you your audience. And this is important because you can start broadcasting from ads, but after 1 month, you can measure if it's still attractive or no. Because sometimes we see that the people or the viewer, sometimes when they see too much one ads, they start zapping. So we are measuring this and we can give that. Once the system was working, some institution which was responsible of copyright, we said, you have the system working for the ads detection. Could you please help us to detect also the content, especially because we want to protect the copyright. So the same system who work with ads, we do it also for copyright for music or for content. If you have a series or a film, we can detect it in which channel also it's passed, and then we can make some reports for this kind of institution. And then another option was also again, if a person pass, especially for political, we can have some AI, political person, we can detect when he passed, at what time, what has his audience, and then we can analyze the subject discussion, and we give this kind of things. So it was amazing things to do, very attractive. This can help to add this option to our system, which is designated for the audience for satellite operator, channel TV, advertiser now who can measure the audience of their ads, and also the institution. And also the producer who have this content and who can continue to monitorize their content for Series 1. When it's passed, then you have a series after Series 2, Series 3, and we can monitoring all this.
That is, I think, Audiomatic is doing a great job, especially on the linear TV side. If anybody thought linear television is dead, I think the fact that there is audience measurement now available for linear television gives it that extra lease of life.
This is what we would like to. Thank you. And we want to get to, in fact, before it was like a black box. The linear TV worldwide was a black box. Now we bring this data who exists in the digital that exists, but we bring it on the linear TV also to be competitive and to continue to attract, the ads business and the advertising. Thank you.